Hello, my name is David Pujador. I am from Barcelona and based in Belgrade. I am a photographer, and today I want to introduce my last project that I have been working for the last almost 2 years. The title is Reciting Lisbon. Poetry is considered a form of literature that uses aesthetic qualities of language to evoke meanings in addition to or in place of prosaic, ostensible meaning. I cannot say that I read poetry often, but sometimes I do. Years ago, I worked in a project where I was reading poetry by the great Spanish poet Jaime Gil de Biedma through my analog black and white photographs. This exhibition that emerged from that project was shown in the Instituto Cervantes of Belgrade and also in Budapest, Hungary, as well in other venues around Hungary as well and Catalonia. Now we are in Portugal, Lisboa, one of the places I have a particular emotional attachment to. This project came to the existence unconsciously, by different ways and over different periods of time, yet everything converges in one point. This is a tribute to this incredible city that gave me so much in a very short time. It is a tribute to its language that is the basis of its culture, and language in the most beautiful form, that is the poetry. For Lisboa, the tiles are more than a symbol. They represent the identity of the city, but also the identity of all those who decided to put them on the facades, and of those who are living there. The tiles in Lisboa are like digital prints of buildings, of homes, where homes are containers enveloping everything that comes with it. The tiles, like integral part of the city architecture, are also part of its history. Over the time, these tiles have become the skin of people's homes, the skin of the city, with its wrinkles and all the traces that life has left on them, like on human faces. Poetry is beauty. Poetry is the soul, the feeling, love and hate, fear and pleasure. Poetry is what only some people has capacity to do, and only very few can do it in such a superb way, like the poets I choose for this project. In the end, we have a portrait of Lisboa, and similar to all portraits, through the tiles, we'll see the face of the model. Through its poetry, its personality, feelings, experiences, expression. And there is the stage that you will enjoy only if you visit the exhibition. Today, on the National Day of Portugal, it's my pleasure to share with you 6 of these photographs, like a pre-vernissage, what will be, afterwards, the exhibition that will include more than 15 photographs. I would like to give special thanks to the Embassy of Portugal in Serbia and to the Instituto Camões, especially to Sofia Marinho for motivation and for reading so beautifully what you are about to listen very soon. For the first part, the first poem that I want to introduce is by Luís de Camões, and the title is Amor e Fogo que Arde Sem Se Ver. Luís de Camões is most probably the top representative of the Portuguese letters. In a project like this one, like mine, it would be impossible not to include him. This poem, talking about love, was written 500 years ago, thought it could be just as well be written yesterday, or yet to be written tomorrow. Camões is giving us his side, that is, one side of love, sometimes painful, hard, and at times with a bitter taste. To match this poem, I choose a photograph of a lonely tile in the middle of a wall, empty, rough, with a little hole here next to us. That is like, sometimes I felt myself in this beautiful feeling of the love, a feeling making us feeling alive, and this is priceless.
Amor é fogo que arde sem se ver. É ferida que dói e não se sente. É contentamento descontente. É dor que desatina sem doer. É não querer mais que bem querer. É andar solitário entre a gente. É nunca contentar-se de contente. É cuidar que ganha em se perder. É querer estar preso por vontade. É servir a quem vence, o vencedor. É ter com quem nos mata lealdade. Mas como causar pode seu favor nos corações humanos amizade, se tão contrário a si é o mesmo humor?
The second poem that I want to introduce is by Álvaro de Campos, Pessoa. The title is Revisited 1926. Pessoa, and in all his aliases, is another master of Portuguese letters. In this poem, Pessoa is using doors in his metaphors, curtains, streets, all of which has obviously been included in my photography. But this door, made of wood, with its dark green color, where you can imagine but not see what is beyond, give me exactly this feeling that he's talking about in the first paragraph. And here we have also two textures, smoothness of tiles and wooden door, like a transition between two different textures, states, being asleep and awake.
Nada me prende a nada. Quero 50 coisas ao mesmo tempo. Anseio com uma angústia de fome de carne o que não sei que seja. Definidamente pelo indefinido. Durmo irrequieto e vivo num sonhar irrequieto de quem dorme irrequieto, metade a sonhar. Fecharam-me todas as portas abstratas e necessárias. Correram cortinas de todas as hipóteses que eu poderia ver na rua. Não há na travessa achada número de porta que me deram. Acordei para a mesma vida para a que tinha adormecido. Até os meus exércitos sonhados sofreram derrota. Até os meus sonhos se sentiram falsos ao serem sonhados. Até a vida só desejada me farta. Até essa vida. Compreendo a intervalos desconexos. Escrevo por lapsos de cansaço. E um tédio, que é até do tédio, arroja-me à praia.
The fourth poem that I'm going to introduce is Contrariedades by Cesario Verde. Cesario is generally considered one of the best urban poets. To accompany his poetry, I choose a photograph of tiles that look more modern, more urban. Sometimes it is not just the poem that I feel connected to the photograph. It is also a poet with his life. And that was exactly the case this time. But also, the poem itself, one can feel the excitement in his words, how he is feeling at that moment, his thoughts, his emotions are scrambling, reminding me of some images of a Friedland's movie Metropolis. This mix of aesthetics is leading me towards those cubes that are here on the right side of the photo, while on the left, we have immaculate white marble, hard, cold, but at the same time, pure and beautiful, which is how I feel Cesario and his poetry.
Eu hoje estou cruel, frenético, exigente. Nem posso tolerar os livros mais bizarros. Incrível. Já fumei 3 maços de cigarros consecutivamente. Dói-me a cabeça. Abafam os desesperos mudos, tanta depravação nos usos, nos costumes. Amo insensatamente os ácidos, os gumes e os ângulos agudos. Sentei-me à secretária. Ali de fronte mora uma infeliz sem peito, os 2 pulmões doentes. Sofre de faltas de ar. Morreram-lhe os parentes e engoma para fora. Pobre esqueleto branco entre as nevadas roupas, tão lívida. O doutor deixou-a, mortifica, lidando sempre, e deve contar a botica. Mal ganha para sopas. O obstáculo estimula, torna-nos perversos. Agora sinto o meu cheio de raivas frias por causa de um jornal me rejeitar há dias, um folhetim de versos.
The next poem that I want to introduce is Despesao by Mario de Sá Carneiro. Mario is also a very interesting poet, representing the modernity. Having lived short and very intensive life, he could almost be included in a club of 27s, next to great musicians and poets like Jim Morrison, both of whom had a father who were in the military, both orphans, Mario for real and Jim out of conviction. Mario lived between Paris and Lisboa, and Jim Morrison passed away in Paris. I chose this photo because on each one side we have a new framed poster, an announcement on the old tiles, yet at the same time because of what is written there, limited. These are all limits many of us have. Limits that Mario, as well as many other members of the great Club of 27 suffered.
E sinto que a minha morte, minha dispersão total, existe lá longe, ao norte, numa grande capital. Vejo o meu último dia, pintado em rolos de fumo, e todo azul de agonia, em sombra e além me sumo. Ternura, feita a saudade, eu beijo as minhas mãos brancas. Sou amor e piedade em face dessas mãos brancas. Tristes mãos longas e lindas, que eram feitas para se dar. Ninguém mas quis apertar. Tristes mãos longas e lindas. Eu tenho pena de mim, pobre menino ideal. Que me faltou afinal? Um elo? Um rastro? Ai de mim! Desceu-me na alma o crepúsculo. Eu fui alguém que passou. Serei, mas já não sou. Não vivo, durmo o crepúsculo. A álcool de um sono outonal me penetrou vagamente, a difundir-me, dormente, em uma bruma outonal. Perdi a morte e a vida, e louco, não enlouqueço. A hora foge vivida. Eu sigo-a, mas permaneço.
The next poem is Amar by Florbella Spanca. Florbella captured my attention from the first moment I read about her. Her difficult life, mental problems, divorces, marriage, abortions, experience of being one of the first advocates females in Portugal. All these details made her so special and so fiercely independent that she was refused by many of her contemporaries. Her poetry is intense, just like she was, honest, clad in erotism and femininity. The photo I choose contains very beautiful, we can almost say feminine, drawings on the tiles, beautiful gentle flowers, fragile, probably with some strong words in the bottom right corner, entrégate. And whatever she was doing, she would always give herself fully. This is simply how people who live their lives with authenticity and intensity do everything, entregándose.
Eu quero amar, amar perdidamente. Amar só por amar, aqui, além, mais este e aquele, o outro e toda a gente. Amar, amar e não amar ninguém. Recordar, esquecer, indiferente. Prender ou desprender, é mal, é bem. Quem disser que se pode amar alguém durante a vida inteira é porque mente. Há uma primavera em cada vida. É preciso cantá-la assim florida. Pois se Deus nos deu voz, foi para cantar. E se um dia hei de ser pó, cinza e nada, que seja a minha noite uma alvorada, que me saiba perder, para me encontrar.
And the last poem that I'm going to present before the exhibition is by Mario Cesarini, En todas as ruas te encontró. Poet, painter, surrealist, and fighter against Salazar's fascistic regime. Anything else? Do I even need any other reason to choose him? Certainly yes, his poetry, and his poem En todas as ruas te encontró. Why did I choose this poem, and why did I connect with this photo? Very simple, love. I was in this walk for love, and like Mario, in the end, everything felt like a dream, a ghost, that you see and feel, but when you wake up, you find yourself all alone. Yes, she was living in Campo de Urique, and you can see her. You can see her ghost around those streets until she disappeared.
Em todas as ruas te encontro, em todas as ruas te perco. Conheço tão bem o teu corpo, sonhei tanto a tua figura, que é de olhos fechados que eu ando a limitar a tua altura. E bebo a água e sorvo o ar que te atravessou a cintura. Tanto, tão perto, tão real, que o meu corpo se transfigura e toca o seu próprio elemento num corpo que já não é seu, num rio que desapareceu, onde um braço teu me procura. Em todas as ruas te encontro, em todas as ruas te perco.
Thank you very much for being watching my exhibition project. I hope that you will have the chance to come to visit the exhibition to Novi Sad, to Belgrade, or wherever else in the world. Thank you very much again to the Embassy of Portugal in Serbia and the Instituto Camões to give me this opportunity and the honor to be part of the National Day. Obrigado.